Hey, Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Rachakadash, the honors apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone that rule well, and Shalom, true brothers in the highways and byways, doing the works of sealing and faithfully continuing fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we are finding that number 2 be delivered. But once again, all praise due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. So I'm going to give a little testimony, and I'm probably going to entitle this, The Lord Has a Great Sense of Humor. Alright? So, past month or so, Elder Moss, his truck has been acting up, and come to find out at the end of the day, it's the transmission that's pretty much on its way out. You know, you put it in drive, doesn't do nothing. Put it in reverse, none of the gears. So, pretty much the transmission is gone. Alright? And we've been working trying to source out a reasonably priced transmission so I can put it in there, you know, and they're big jobs, man. So, you know, I do the work on the cars, but, you know, this job in particular, if you were to bring it to a shop or something, they're probably going to charge you, you know, $4,000 for the transmission and another, you know, $3 or $4,000 to install this thing. So they're big jobs, man. But all that being said, you know, was trying to source out a decent transmission, reasonably priced, with some decent miles on it, and try to get it up back in the truck, get the elder back on the road. So all that being said, this morning we had, you know, played a couple phone tag. I ended up calling him back, and I told him I was going to come down and scoop him up to bring him to camp. You know, he lives about, you know, 35 minutes away from where I live, so I had no problem with that. You know, he's grateful. So I told him I was going to get on the road at a certain time. So by the time I, you know, put some air in the tires, got gas in the truck, I hit the road. And as I'm driving, merging onto the highway, you pick up that speed and, you know, settle in once you get to your position, you know, on the road where you want to be. And I just said to myself, I was like, yeah, this thing's been riding pretty good lately. So, you know, I was probably pretty happy about that. And no more than about 30 seconds, I'm driving and I'm hitting the gas, and I see the tachometer needle just going up. Every time I hit the gas, the needle just go way up to 3,000, 4,000 RPMs. I was like, oh shit. So I pulled the truck over off to the side, and sure as shit, my transmission went. And I had to laugh. I was like, the Lord don't play no games, man. You know, the Lord does not play. Now, again, you know, I took it in stride. It is what it is. So I called the elder up. I said, hey, elder, you ain't gonna believe what just happened. He said, what's up? What's going on? I said, yeah, my transmission just went. So here I am trying to go get him because he got a bad transmission. And on my way down to get the brother, the Lord put the jinx on my transmission, you know, which is fine. As the scripture says, you know, whatever come upon thee, take cheerfully. All right. So let me read a couple scriptures. This is Job 2:10. It says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High? And shall we not receive evil? And all this did not Job sin with his lips. Right. So the point being, you know, the Lord's going to give you, you know, he going to give you a little reprieve on some things, but at the same time, he's still going to come down on the flip side and hit you with some tribulation, man. But that's just the Lord being perfect in his balance. You know, and this is what the churches think, that the churches out here, you know, got people believing once you, you know, come into the church and that's it, all your worries are gone, which is far from the case, man. And Job just mentioned it. Shall we receive good at the hand of the Lord, and shall we not receive evil? So the Lord is a just weight, man. It's a just balance, and we're going to get that as well. All right? And this is the problem with a lot of you people out here, man. You have removed the Lord Yahweh Shai out of your mind. All right? And when you do that, that's when men tend to just do as they please for themselves, put themselves in the top position, make themselves seem like they're the ones who are going to reunite you to the Heavenly Father. All right. Proverbs 11:1, it says, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. You see that? So just know that when you come into this thing, man, the Lord's going to give you a light day, an easier day. And then the next day he could probably jack you up, put some hell on you. But we take these things in stride because we understand and know that being in the positions that we hold, these are the things that are going to happen. All right. And then when brethren get together and commune with one another and speak about these things, sometimes you gotta put a smile on your face because it's the hand of the Lord touching his servants, man. And that just lets us know that the Lord is still dealing with us. All right. If you profess yourself to be a prophet of the Lord, and everything from this point, when you came in, everything has been hunky-dory, everything's been fine, no issues. Your life is turned around. I did a 360-degree turnaround. Everything's working out. Then you in the wrong place, man. You got to rethink this thing and ask yourself, wait a minute, I know the Lord's a just weight, but why isn't he, putting any hell on me? All right. Every prophet in the ancient times caught hell, man. Yahushai caught hell. And we in this day are going to catch hell. Even though we're out there pushing the word, we're being diligent, we're being faithful. All right. We're giving diligence. We're teaching. We're speaking. We're prophesying. But the Lord still has, us in a position where He's going to keep us mindful about who we are and what we're doing here. And you can see on some men's faces who have removed or eliminated Yahushua from their life. They walk around fearless, man. And when you walk around fearless, you tend to get this certain type of bravado about yourself, aka pride, if you will. And when that happens, now you've left yourself open. But we of the hopeful elect, man, we hope and pray that the Lord, continually has mercy on us. But at the same time, every now and then, as servants of the Lord, He's going to give His servants a little break, man. He may take a little bit of the weight off our shoulders for a minute. But that minute can be short-lived because it's the Lord's program. Hebrews 12:6, it says, For whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and He scourges every son whom He receiveth. You see that? So the Lord's going to chasten you, man. It doesn't matter, what your status is or what position you hold. If you are one of His, He's going to chasten you. All right? The elder apostle Gabar did a lesson, and he leaned back off of a couple other brothers, Bishop Manatazak and elder apostle Tahar, about the apostle Paul having that thorn. Right? So again, and as elder apostle Gabar had mentioned, that thorn is set up to keep us in remembrance or keep us mindful that we're not to get it above ourselves in this thing. All right. So as it is written, for whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and He scourges every son whom He receiveth. So whatever the Lord puts on us, man, be thankful. Be thankful that these things are coming upon you by the hand of the Lord. But it's not enough to destroy us. But it's enough, hell that He puts on us that lets us know we got to stay grounded in this thing. All right. We got to continually pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for that relief, to seek any type of relief. All right. And after a while, it becomes second nature to us that, listen, we know these things are going to happen. We're not concerned. We're not overly concerned that, like, damn, what the hell's going, why is this happening to me? And again, like today, I'm driving down the road thinking my truck running, pretty decent, but the Lord had other plans, man. But you can do nothing but smile about it because you know it's all of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And like I said, the lesson is the Lord has a great sense of humor. Here I'm trying to get the elder because his transmission shot, and I'm going down the highway and my transmission let go. Can't make it up, man. The Lord is magnificent in all his ways. All right, Lord willing, he'll give us the ability to find a couple transmissions at a reasonable cost that we can afford it, get them put in, and get the cars back on the road. All right. But for you men who are out there and who are, just putting yourselves in that chief seat, if you will, the Lord's gonna bring you down to the ground, man. The Lord's gonna humble you real good. Just because the Lord has not executed any type of judgment upon you people speedily, you just think nothing's ever gonna happen. Matthew 4:7. Yahweh Shai said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. And this is what you men are doing. You're tempting the Lord, man. Just by the shit that you guys have been saying, the shit that you've been doing. All right? Teaching men that you don't have to know the name of Yahweh Shai. I mean, that there in itself is just beyond, beyond crazy, man. When the Lord specifically makes mention of calling upon his name, okay, we have been put on this planet, and the teachings that we had received throughout our lifetime, now the Lord has finally brought us back into remembrance who we are. We're the Lord's people, who the Lord is coming for, and all these things that the Lord has given us, all these, these tools that the Lord has given us. You people still reject the Lord Yahweh Shai. When you can't call upon his name, and you know that name, you're simply rejecting Yahweh Shai, man. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line to that. And you think he's going to receive you after you rejected him? There's no excuse, man. There's no excuse. The Lord Yahweh Shai said, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. We ain't getting taken away and swept away with some title that have been in this earth for years. You know how long the name Yahweh Shai has been silent? For a very, very long time, man. And now that we're pushing it more than ever, as we have been commanded to do, now the world knows the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Whether they receive it or not, we don't give a damn. But they know the name. They've heard the name, the true name. And for you Israelites out there, that this whole thing, this name thing, may be your demise, man. So you choose to tempt the Lord, the Lord's gonna show you who he really is, man. And now that we're coming upon, this time period where the time of Jacob's trouble is nigh at hand, a lot of you guys out there are gonna get caught out there, man. You will get caught out there, and the Lord's gonna make a prime example of a lot of you. You so-called Israelite leaders, you so-called Israelite men out there who profess yourselves to be prophets, who are professing yourselves to be servants of the Lord, but don't call upon the name of the Lord, don't say the name of the Lord, telling people we don't know the name of the Lord. Lord's gonna really deal with you people, man. And it's not that we're telling you this because we want to tell you the Spirit of the Lord is speaking through us unto you people, man. But again, as it is written in Proverbs, you have set at naught all the Lord's counsel. So these things are bound to happen, man. These things are bound to happen. All right? And now they're going to play out on the Lord's time, man. We've been out here on the highways and byways teaching the very same thing since we were brought into this truth of ours, this thing of ours. All right? So now that this thing is slowly coming to a close, Yahweh Shai is going to start, doing the damn thing, man. This is Hebrews 10:31. It says, "It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power." Why is this being spoken? And what would make somebody fall into the hands of the Lord? If somebody's doing something they ain't supposed to be doing, if somebody's going off, if somebody's being deceitful, and I'm talking within the house of Israel. All right, these are the things that are gonna render you to fall into the hands of the living power, man. And because it's wickedness that you're doing, the Lord's not going to take it easy on you. All right? So go right ahead, man. Go right ahead and tempt the Lord. Go ahead and tempt the Lord. Because again, just because you have not received any type of judgment, you think that you're safe. You think that there's nothing coming to you. And all in all, you think the Lord is with you. All right? He's going to make it known, man. And I'm going to end it with this here, Malachi 1:14. It says, "But cursed be the deceiver, which have in his flock a male, and woveneth and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen." And that was a point I wanted to bring out. The Lord is clearly telling us that his name is dreadful among the heathen. All right? So seeing that you men decide you're going to omit the name of Yahweh Shai and tell people we don't have his name, the Lord's going to treat you like a heathen, man. He's going to treat you like a heathen because you choose to not use the proper names of the Lord, of the Heavenly Father and his Son. You choose to not take heed to the words and the commandments that he has given us. All right? When the Lord specifically says, call upon him, when the Lord specifically says, make mention of his name, what do you think he's asking, man? What do you think he's asking? As he said, no man cometh unto the Father but through him. You ain't going to the Father if you don't know Yahweh Shai's name, man. You ain't getting there. All right? And I'm going to end it with this saying what I'm about to say. Here as men, we demand, and I'm not saying we here are great millstone, but men, they demand that, certain things be spoken when it comes to a man's title in this kingdom, when it comes to a man's status in this kingdom, when it comes to a man wanting to be boasted up or boosted up. All right? Men want their name to be known. Men want to be seen. All right? You desire to have all these things. You desire to have all these people, bow down or look up or make mention or look at you with some, women batting their eyes. You want all these things. But in turn, the man who gave his life for you isn't worthy enough to have his name mentioned. And this is why the Lord got to take care of 2/3 of our people, man. Alright, so I'm gonna end it with that. Lord willing, I'm gonna see our brothers in another one. I'm gonna say shalom for now.